Today we're going to be looking at solving and checking for extraneous solutions. So first, we need to subtract 5 from both sides of our equal sign. So we're left with the square root of x minus 3 equals x minus 5, since they're not like terms. So now we need to square both sides, but on the right side we make sure we're squaring the quantity of x minus 5. So x minus 3 equals x minus 5 times x minus 5. So here we can FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And a negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. So if we simplify down our right hand side, we have x squared minus 10x plus 25. So here we need to get our left side to equal 0. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides and make sure I'm combining it with its like term. So x equals x squared minus 10x plus 28. I also need to subtract my x. So this will equal 0. So x squared minus 11x plus 28. So once we get to this step, we then need to factor our trinomial. So we're going to end up with two quantities. X times x is x squared. So if we take our 28 and factor, we have 1 and 28. 2 and 14, 4 and 7. So when our constant is positive but our linear term is negative, we have two negative terms. So we have 4 and 7, because positive 4 times a positive 7 is 28, and negative 4 times a negative 7 is a positive 28, and negative 4 minus 7 is a negative 11. So from here, we can find our zeros. So x minus 4 equals 0. We can say x minus 7 equals 0. So we can add 4. So x equals 4, or when we add 7, x equals 7. So once we get our two solutions, we have to check to make sure and see if they are actual solutions. So let's retake our problem and replace our x with 4. So we have the square root of 4 minus 3 plus 5 equals 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. And 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 does not equal 4, so we know that x can't equal 4. So let's try our next one. We have the square root of 7 minus 3 plus 5 equals 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7, and 7 does equal 7, so we know our answer to this problem is x equals 7. So now let's look at this next one. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides of the equal sign. So we have the square root of 5x minus 1 equals x minus 3. We're going to take and square both sides, making sure we do the quantity on the right side. So that means we have 5x minus 1 equals x minus 3 times x minus 3. So then we FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is a negative 3x. Negative 3 times x is a negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. So here again, we want to get our left-hand side to be 0, so we're going to add 1 to both sides, making sure to our like terms. So 5x equals x squared minus, we got combined like terms, minus 6x plus 10. Negative 3x minus 3x is negative 6x. 9 plus 1 is 10. So then we subtract 5x from both sides, making sure it's with our like terms. So this is 0. X squared, negative 6x minus 5x is a negative 11x plus 10. So now from here we can factor our trinomial. So once again we have a positive constant term and a negative linear term. So we're going to make sure they're both negatives. If we factor 10, factors of 10 are 1 and 10. And 2 and 5. The only things to get us 2 and 11 is 1 and 10. Negative 1 times negative 10 is a positive 10, and negative 11 minus 10. Negative 1 minus 10 is a negative 11. So from here we're going to find our zeros. So x minus 1 equals 0. We can say x minus 10 equals 0. So if we add 1 to both sides, x equals 1, or x can equal 10. So let's check both of our solutions. we have the square root of 5 times 1 minus 1 plus 3 equals 1. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. And 5 does not equal 1, so x equals 1 is not a solution. So let's try x equals 10. So 5 times 10 minus 1 plus 3 equals 10. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 minus 1 is 49. Square root of 49 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. And 10 equals 10. So we know our solution is x equals 10.